Hey guys, it's Captain Walnut, and I'm back on the AFB server. Um, I'm going to have a relatively short video to show you guys today because I've been working on a pretty big project here, and it's not that technical, so it's not going to take that long to show you. But I am going to wrap up the video with one quick word about the boilers to answer some questions from last time, and to show you how I fixed the scrap machine so it is actually producing tons of lava now. But yeah, I'm not going to have any cutaways to some really derpy, funny stuff like I did last video. I did attempt to record some, but I was dumb and forgot to turn on the record external input on Fraps. So it's just a bunch of footage without any talking whatsoever. So too bad. I'm sorry, guys. Oh well. So yeah, so this here is a mob stream, and I currently have all the mobs turned off just so I can fly around and show you it without being killed. um, but yeah, so all the mobs come out of the mountain up there. I have a tier 5 wither spawner and a tier 5 witch spawner up there. Wither skeleton, not wither boss. And they all get pushed down the stream here and fall down and come into the middle here, where I then have arcane levitators push them up through the middle of the structure to the very tippy top here, where they get mauled by turtles. Ooh, these guys are always so creepy, man. So yeah, you can see I have a whole bunch of turtles arrayed around there. I think 16 or 18 or so. I think 18, yeah. And they all have the same program to just attack constantly. So I can just show you that program real quick. I got some stairs here to hide them, and Control T to cancel it, and then edit startup. There we go. So I have every single one say stand back, I'm attacking, and I have that with all of, oh, hello Thunder. I have all of that, all of the turtles on the server that do constant attacking things. I have them say this just so I know not to stand in front of them, and so anyone else knows not to stand in front of them. And then it's just really simple program after that. It's just an infinite loop. So while true, do. If there happened to be a mob in front of it that it could attack, so if it can attack, then cycle backwards to the inventory. So start down here in the bottom right, slot number 16, and end up at slot number 1, and subtract 1 each time. So it goes slot 16, 15, 14, 13. So select each one of those slots and drop whatever was in that slot into the relay up above it. So we'll exit that and turn it back on. Boom. And then the relays come back out here and push all the items down into this very, very temporary sorting system I have going on. I haven't set up a storage room yet, and once I do, all this stuff will be down in there. It won't be up here on the surface looking ugly. But what I get is, not only is this a witch and a wither farm, but it is also an iron golem farm. So I'm getting tons of iron from that, and of course roses too. And then from the witches I get glowstone, redstone, gunpowder, sugar, those things, whatchamacallit, spider eyes, and potions of healing, and empty glass bottles. And then from the wither skeletons I get coal and skeleton skulls, because the turtles behave like a player whenever they're attacking something. And you get a chance of them dropping a skull, so there you go. And then also bones, of course. And then also you get stone swords and sticks, but since I have no place for those to go, they go through the restriction pipe and then out onto the cactus, so I don't bother collecting them. And then the XP all gets collected by these guys, and that's how I'm able to get such a high level. You can see it's not very hard at all for me to just come through here and right-click on these guys and get level up fairly quickly. Level 151, just very, very quick. That would probably be, 1 through 30 right there. So, yeah, and you can see an iron column coming down here, demonstrating our area nicely. So he'll go in there, hit some levitator plates, fly up, and quickly start to get attacked by these golems. So see he gets bounced around, and eventually he dies. And then the iron or whatever comes from whichever one killed him, and it flows along through the pneumatic pipes down into the place. Okay. Oh, here comes another one. Yay. So it's getting here. I'm really proud of the stream because it's all one source block. And let me turn on the torches so you guys can actually see. So iron golems come from this side over here. If I actually go down on the ground, turn off my engine here, and then you'll see as soon as I get over these signs, you see it start levitating in the up into the air. That's because of the levitators I have down there pushing the golems all the way up here. And then I fall down over here. So that pushes the golems out this way. Let me turn that back on again. Go up. There we go. And the skeletons and the witches come from over here. And you can tell I've severely restricted the amount of spawning space that they have. Because if I allowed the maximum number of guys to spawn from these 2 tier 5 spawners, then the stream would get totally clogged. I don't care about super efficient things. I just want it to look cool. And then, of course, these lights will turn on whenever I have it turned on. So yeah, let me go up there and turn off the water streams. I don't know why. I don't really need to take out those torches, I suppose. So I have right here just a single water source block above a piston. And then when I do that, it closes the piston off so the water source block can't go anywhere. And that water source block flows down 2 different paths. One of it goes over here to this side where the iron golems are, and the other comes over here from this side and splits into 2 paths again. So you can see here that one just got cut off, and this one just got cut off too. So all the water will slowly come out and get pushed down like that. Down here at this waterfall, I also have the water getting split off into 2 different paths, just in case as they're falling down here, as the mobs are falling down here, they try to go off to the left or the right. I have plenty of room to push them back into the middle and back into the stream, so that way they always wind up out here instead of out on the grass trying to walk around and kill you. So yeah. So this thing will eventually all flow down and into the ocean here, and this entire stream bed will be dry. And I'll sort of let that happen here. And while that's happening, I'll show you the iron golem farm. And you might recognize this from... I cleared out this whole entire area with a quarry, which was really nice for the digging. I didn't have to work hard. And then I put the walls up, these marble walls up with the fillers. I had to do 2 different levels of it to get it to work, but that's fine. You might recognize this setup from the AF Beast server, or not the vanilla AFB server. This is the iron golem type of iron golem farm I have set up there. See if I go inside here, I have just 4 villager cells arranged around, and then there's glass up above to make sure the doors always have sunlight, so they think it's a village. So both the top one and the bottom one down there are exactly the same. There's 2 levels of spawning space with all these doors. So if I can get in there, come on. Here we go. There we go. So golems can spawn up here or down here, and they all get pushed into the middle and then fall all the way down. And I'll do the same thing. Okay. So they fall all the way down from here, and then they get pushed over this way towards some levitators. There's 2 sets of levitators because I'm almost at bedrock down there. So there's just 1 set of levitators, 1 deep of levitators there, but then they come over here, and then this 3x3 area has 10 deep of levitators, so that way they can get pushed all the way up to the top of the mountain. And I'm not going to go over there. I'll just dig my way out, I suppose. It's the easiest way. Oh no, did I not grab it? Yes, I grabbed it. Okay. Oh, hello, iron golem. We'll watch you go up. So you see there's that iron golem. He gets pushed up, and he gets pushed up again. Okay. Boom, boom. So this thing spawns the iron golems fairly quickly, which is nice. And I'm going to cover it all back up with soil, so you can't really tell it's there, so it's not really on the mini-map at all. All you see is those weird lines from the glass. And then this other thing I have going on here, so this outer row of glass is for the sunlight to get down to the doors for the villagers. This inner row here is all ultimate hybrid solar panels to power a very special device which I built last episode, the U matter fabricator. And then there's just a red power solar panel there in the middle. And if we come down here, here's the UU matter machine. That's way too many bat boxes, but I'm using 3 just because it looks cool. You just need to use 1, and then it goes through this blue electric cable into a retriever, which retrieves 16 scrap at once and pushes it down into the U matter fab. And why am I running low? That's odd. Okay, well, I'm sure it'll be able to keep up. But yeah, so all the U matter comes from right here. There's a pipe that goes along through there, and you just saw some scrap coming. All that scrap comes from these recyclers. And then, of course, I have some charging stations here as well, just in case I want them. And that all goes in here. And then the relay pulls it out and puts it into a barrel for me, and then the community chest, and then the relay. So if I open this up, there's just a restriction pipe in there. So first priority would be the barrel, so 64 stacks go into the barrel, and then it goes over into the community chest marked black, pink, pink. And then if that's full, it goes through this restriction pipe here down into the extra dimensional storage barrel. I don't ever expect anything to get in there though, because originally I had it going straight into the community chest and then into a barrel for me. But the community, every time I logged on, the community chest was almost always empty or had very, very few UU matter in there. And this is going quick enough to produce about a stack every hour. So yeah, so it was kind of ridiculous that it was always empty. So since I worked so hard to do this, I figured I'd serve my needs first, since I'm not going to be using that much. And since I've got almost everything built that you really needs UU matter, and then feed the rest out to the community. So once those 64 stacks are done, then it'll be available once again for community use. Yeah, it's nighttime. Let me go sleep. Gravity chest plates are awesome. What do you think of this tower over here? I think it's pretty cool. Of course, it'll look better once all that junk's gone in front of it. But I do think it's really cool. I'm not, you know me, I'm not that big of a builder. But tell me what you think of it. I'm thinking that this bridge right here will eventually connect to another tower or another big building right here. That'll be the storage room and all the machines and stuff. But yeah. So here's the empty stream bed. I think it looks really cool. And then you have the danger do not enter sign, because you'll get stuck inside the kill zone up there. Those turtles will kill you pretty fast if you accidentally get up in there. But just in case you do, I have some trap doors at the very top for you to try to escape. And then fences on the other side just to make it look cool. And then yeah, it all comes back down here. So let's go ahead and turn on the water and the mobs again. So you can see those guys coming down and getting killed en masse. So wither skeletons, witches, and finally the water. Okay. And let's see if there's any golems just sort of hovering in the air. Yeah. Oh, they're getting pushed out by the water, which is just so cool. I'm getting sound lag there from the splashing of the mobs in the water. You can see here comes some witches and some wither skellies, and then the waterfall goes down. And there comes the 2 edge waters to make sure that they push into the middle. And the water flows down here. It goes in there. Yeah. That's just so cool if you ask me. And of course I can fly up into here and grab some XP from these guys if I want to. You know, that's just... oh, it's just so cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's that. You can see that I get a fairly good volume of guys coming down here. The golems do not attack witches or wither skellies, so it's okay to have them coming down together. You can see here that sometimes they sort of just get stuck up there in the middle, but as soon as another mob comes up and pushes them off to the side, there you go. No problem. Yeah, and then the XP falls down and gets sucked up by these brains in a jar. Oh, it's just... you could stand here for hours and just watch this. Watch the iron golem get bounced around. Oh, man. Witches don't make any noise when they die, though, which is... I don't know. I kind of wish they did. And then everything gets pushed out here, down into the storage system. Yeah. Alright. So that's that big, huge mob stream setup I have. I think that's just so cool. So let's go in here and check out my fix for the scrap, guys. The biggest problem with it was I didn't have enough of these. They changed in one of the updates, don't ask me which one, they changed the numbers related to scrap, both in how much heat it produces in a boiler and how quickly it gets produced by recyclers. And the only fix I really needed to do was up the number of recyclers. So here I have, what do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me, 6 by 3, so that's 18. You really only need 16, so I have 2 extra per boiler, with 4 boilers here. 7 magma crucibles hooked up for each boiler, with a bunch of igneous extruders servicing to each igneous extruder services 2 magma crucibles, feeding into these guys. If I dig down just a little bit through here, you can see that I have, wait, what? Oh, derp. Give me these guys back. Pull her back up just a little bit. Okay, dig into here. There you go. I have these guys connected. Each of the tanks are connected so that the lava is always flowing downward. So the bottom tank will fill up first, and then it'll fill all the way up, just like it was one giant 7x7 tank. And then I have the redstone signal going to each of these here. Oops. Go there, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I missing one? Of course I am. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Awesome. So yeah. And then over here in this corner is a charging station that I set up for Brett because he doesn't want to wear an ultimate hybrid solar helmet. I gave him a gravity chest plate, and you can see here, if I gave him an ender pouch, I don't have mine on me right now at the moment, because I do have this ultimate hybrid solar panel helmet, or whatever. And so that charges me up pretty quick, but since he doesn't have that, he wears the goggles since he does Thumbcraft all the time. So to allow him to recharge anywhere in the world, he just tosses his gravity chest plate into, doesn't throw it on the ground, he tosses it into his ender pouch that is tied to these guys. So orange for Kurt, because orange is my first color, and then yellow for charge, I guess. So it gets grabbed out from this filter, which grabs anything that's not full, into the MFSU, which charges it up pretty quick. And then as soon as it's charged, this filter grabs it out. You can see it only grabs full gravity chest plates and stuffs it into here. So a 99% full gravity chest plate has the same item tag, I guess you'd call it. I don't know, item ID. As a full one, you can see that :1 at the end, whereas an empty one has a, or not there, there, has a :27, so there are 27 different charge levels for a gravity chest plate in terms of the item IDs. So that's why it's not completely full, but hey, it's full enough. Out of 1 million EU, I think 965, or out of 1 billion EU, 10 million EU, whatever. I think that's enough. Yeah, so let me grab my chest plate back. Other people on the server, please don't use this. As you can see, this thing's not recharging that quickly in terms of how quick a gravity chest plate drains it. So please don't use this. This is just for Brett and me to use. I know I showed you the color codes, but I don't have it set up for heavy use right now. All my lava will get drained. So yeah, that's that stuff. If you have any questions about this, ooh, turn on fly. Go up. There we go. If you have any questions about this kind of thing, anything with this setup right here, please let me know. I'm going to make a cut here and get set up to show you what I do underneath these boilers. It won't take 5 minutes, if that. So yeah, see you guys in a minute. Okay, I figured I'd just do this in the creative world while I do some of my Feed the Beast testing. So yeah, so we're talking about what I do to go underneath these solid fueled boilers. Obviously, liquid fueled boilers, you can just pipe your liquid right in. You don't need any complicated setups to go get rid of, to add anything to it. So this is all the stuff that's down below the boiler here, 3x3 boiler. So basically I got my aqueous accumulators and my bat box with a thermopile down underneath it, and the extractor. And then this would be the inventory that it pulls in from the side. So this is everything you would need. These are, got this from Redeem, by the way. Readem, not Redeem. I'm so sorry, Readem. I always say that. I got this from Readem. You can check them out on this way of showing everything. So you're going to want 3 aqueous accumulators, 1 bat box, 1 retriever, 1 thermopile, 1 chest of some sort that you're going to use to hold all the items that that your burn box is going to be sucking in. And then of course the pneumatic tubes, however many you need to go connect to whatever's producing that thing you're burning, and then whatever building block you like. And then for your boiler, you need 9 solid-fueled fireboxes, and of course, however many high-pressure boilers you're going to be using, boiler blocks, up to a maximum of 36, with a minimum of, 9, 18? I don't even know. 5 water buckets, and 1 bucket of lava. Boop. I love when he does that. Okay. So what I usually like to do is, let's get these guys on the bar. And I need to make sure I have aqueous accumulators on the bar. I don't need these guys here. Okay. So what I usually like to do is start out with a 3x3 hole, because I know that's where everything's going. I'm going to have an aqueous accumulator on these blocks here. So I usually like to set whatever building block it's going to be, just so I know. Aqueous accumulator there, there, and there. I'm not going to put the water in yet. I'll put the water in at the end. And then underneath where the water is going to go, these 2 water blocks, I'll put that there and there. Dig down in the front here and in the middle, and then we might as well dig down here as well, just to give ourselves some room to work. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Time set to 0. There we go. Alright. So then what's going to go here, as I dug all this too low, didn't I? That's okay. There we go. So that will feed all the water you need. Most sources of water or fuels need different amounts of water, but I found that this should be more than enough. The 3 aqueous accumulators should be more than enough to burn anything, to keep it supplied with anything. Okay, so what's going to go here is your, let's get out the retriever, the thermopile, and the bat box. The thermopile is going to go here with a lava source behind it. Okay. And I'm done with that lava source, so I'll put it away, and then I'm going to put a block above it so that I don't have to worry about it burning anything or whatever. And the bat box will go right on top of that retriever. And I'm just going to dig a path for my tube to get out. And then I'll go ahead and put the retriever there. Just shift click so it goes down there. And then whatever chest you're using right next to that. And of course, fire would happen. Okay. Right. So then, you know the drill from here. If you want to have something connect, if you want the pipes to connect, you just come out like that. Make sure the plus sign, the yellow sign, is facing down towards the pipe, because the plus sign is the side that sucks out. Okay, and then we can go ahead and build that back up, because we're done. We don't need anything there. Put blocks down there, and then we get a water source out. So we need a water source down beside both sides of the thermopile. So the way the thermopile works is it generates electricity based on temperature differences between adjacent tiles. And then also these aqueous accumulators need water sources next to them as well. So water source there, 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 and there. And that's all we need. And I can go ahead and put my burn box down. And then the boiler would go on top of that. Yeah. I always do a 4 high, 3x3. That's the maximum size of a boiler you can use, so you might as well do that. You know how it goes. And then you probably have to wait 15 minutes for the thermopile to generate enough electricity for the retriever. You can see here that there's nothing in there yet. And the one that I just built just before I started this video has barely in it at all. It needs to be at least 3/4 full It'll start changing colors and stuff like that as it gets full. Once it's more than 3/4 full, it'll start going green. Once it's green, that means that there's enough electricity for this thing to start working. So you might as well build this part first and then just start filling this thing with whatever fuel you're going to be using to heat up your boiler by hand. Because by the time your boiler is fully heated, you'll be ready. There'll be more than enough electricity stored in this bat box and stuff for you to use, for your boiler to use. So yeah, so that's how you do it. Alright, well, thank you guys very much for watching this video. Again, if you have any questions about anything that went on, please let me know down in the comments. Alright, well, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.